Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Big Time Talkers. I'm the Engine Brock Gordon.
I'm the main man, Tommy Haley. Brock, guess what day it is?
Well, before we get to that, there is no Macy Shear with us right now.
Yes, there is no Macy Shear, because... What?
What?
Guess what day it is?
What?
Brock, guess what day it is?
What?
Guess what day it is?
Oh, hell yeah!
It's National 316 Day!
Austin
316!
Austin 316 says there's a lot of brackets.
Austin 316 says I'll just whip your ass.
Fill out brackets. Watch some football for agency.
What?
Make fun of Tommy for losing picks. Macy blew a 3-1 lead.
What?
I said Macy blew a 3-1 lead.
Oh, hell yeah.
Before we get into the podcast some programming notes about the other two podcasts that we do here. From now on, CSP will just be Macy Shear. I will no longer be along for the ride on that. And Tommy, would you like to give the update for Wayne?
I'm doing it by myself from now on. Unless you want to join in one of these episodes down the road.
Yes, I have a brand new job. And the hours that I am going to be working, schedule does not line up for CSP or Wayne, so I will have to respectfully bow out of both those and leave it in the capable hands of Miss Macy Shear and Mr. Tommy Haley.
I want you to be on the WrestleMania, the post WrestleMania shows.
Oh, I'll be there for that.
I want to be on that. I want you to be on that. Other than that, it's pretty much it'll just be me.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much need, just on a random Thursday that I'm, as I don't know why I said Thursday, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Some random ass day, you're not gonna need me when it's no news really. I'll be there for when big stuff happens.
Yeah, there's literally nothing.
Even though it's WrestleMania, we're gearing up for WrestleMania on that, but just
yeah, there might be adrenaline in my soul. There's still no update on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a programming note there. That's why the last week's Wayne did not go up. It's because of me starting this new job. Ordinarily, this is where we do a top 5, but there's no top 5 this week. Due to a...
Sports kind of kick the door open and be like, you ain't doing that today.
So, Tommy, I'll go ahead and ask your MIP of the week this week.
The NFL.
Your MIP is the NFL?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to explain?
Sure.
Because they thought a certain someone was in retirement, but they're like, you know.
So for that, I have the NFL fans.
I just have the NFL as a whole. That's including the fans and everything.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think that gets it. Before we get into that ties into our trivia question for the week this week. Trivia question this week is, who is the oldest person to play in an NFL game?
The answer is Tom Brady.
No, here are your options. A. Adam Vinatieri. B. George Blanda. C. Gary Anderson. D. Morton Anderson. Or E. Brett Favre.
I'm going to say, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say Favre.
It is not Brett Favre.
Really?
No.
Who is it?
George Blanda.
George Blanda?
Former kicker for the Raiders.
Okay.
So, Tommy, you kind of opened the door about it. Yeah.
No one's ever really gone, are they?
Jesus, apparently not anymore.
No one's ever really gone. He's back. The demon is back.
Yes, he
Tom Brady
is.
Tom Brady was watching soccer and he was like, "Yeah, no, I can't do this."
Tom Brady
he probably saw some more parent-teacher conferences on the dock, and he's like, "Can't do this either."
Tom Brady saw the price of gas and said, "I have to get back to work."
Oh, okay. Whatever. The only people that complain about gas prices are the people that have lifted diesel engine trucks.
And me.
You paid $60 for gas. That's not bad.
That didn't even fill up my car.
Jesus, how big is your tank?
20.
And how many gallons did you get?
15.
You're fine.
Yeah. Still. But yeah.
At least we're not paying $7 for it.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, listen. Anyway, it's actually cheaper in Kansas.
You get the idea.
Yeah, I know. But yes, Tom Brady is back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which means my dreams of Blaine Gabbert leading the Buccaneers to a Super Bowl have been crushed and dashed and ruined.
You know what's funny? Is I kind of said something, I think I said something a couple months ago when we first found out that he was, like, officially retired. It's like, something if he pulled a Brett Favre and just comes back.
Well, there you go.
Wait, talk about being right.
Well, there you go.
I hate to say I told you so, but, I told you so.
I didn't disagree with you at the time.
So, yeah, he's back. Of course. I just find it hilarious. Bro, he got the Saints, the Falcons, and the Panthers' hopes up, and he's like... Just kidding.
Honestly, he only got the Falcons' hopes up. I don't think the Panthers had any hopes.
Hey, the Saints are somehow 4-1 against Tom Brady when he's in a Tampa Bay uniform. I don't know what voodoo magic that leads to, but hey, look, I should find out.
Oh, you want to bring up voodoo magic, sir?
Dude, they're have you seen the Saints' record against Tom Brady?
Yes,
with the Buccaneers?
I've seen it. You want to talk about voodoo? You got bamboozled on your picks last week.
I mean, what,
or
dude, I don't know what happened last week. I don't.
Yeah, that was that was a rough one for you.
You always talk about like basketball players having off nights. Yeah, dude, I had like an off couple of days.
I don't think any of your teams even played in the conference championships.
No, they didn't. They either made it. They either lost in the first round. They just lost in the semis.
Yeah,
or the quarters.
Yeah, you had it horribly rough.
Dude, I got fisted.
But we'll get to the records on picks later on.
Dude, he was bad. He's very bad.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, is like I had like solid reasoning behind the tournament picks. Solid reasoning.
It doesn't matter. This is March.
Dude, it absolutely backfired on me. I'm like, well, this is March. Here we go. But yeah, by the fourth or 15th, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
I mean, it didn't start out great for me. Yeah, listen, well, she's not here right now, but we'll talk about her when we get to picks on that. So, but
we'll get to that in a second.
But the NFL just, as we were mentioning earlier, took that detour because you mentioned voodoo. So, the NFL just showing everyone why they're still the king of sports in America.
You might have to bleep this part out, but they literally just threw their cock on the table and was like, yeah. Basketball? What? Never heard of it.
Baseball, don't. Oh, that's cute. You're starting back
Baseball?
up.
Who cares?
Hockey, nah. Even though hockey is sometimes more entertaining to watch than football games.
Soccer? Get out of here. Go back to Europe or something like that. It's going to sound so bad. That sounded so wrong on so many levels.
BTT out of context.
That sounded so wrong. Put that on BTT Outspoken.
Oh, well, there is no BTT Outspoken so far. We'll see. We might have to do something at the end of the show for that.
Probably like Major League Soccer. Can't even watch it.
Yeah. But yeah. Tommy, would you like to speak on some of the just ridiculous trades and free agent moves that have happened?
Well, so when do you want to start? Because Adam Schefter put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers this past week.
Let's just start with what kicked us off. Like the day as soon as the podcast went live. And that would be the Chargers going, hey, we should really try to stop Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Wow. This was... The Chargers have made some pretty good moves. I will say this.
Yeah, have. Khalil
Go ahead.
is now a Charger.
You cut out.
Khalil Mack is now a Los Angeles Charger.
Multiple-time Pro Bowler. Was in the AFC West for a while with the Raiders. Got traded to the Bears for a haul of picks. Oh, my Lord.
Good God.
And he gets traded back to the AFC West to the Chargers for...
Nothing.
Magic Beans.
The literally a used penny, a napkin, and some chips.
Was that a SpongeBob reference?
Yes, that was. That's exactly what it was, because that's basically what the...
You were cutting out horribly.
Yeah, my grandma called me for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, so, yeah, that you're damn right that was a SpongeBob reference, because that's basically what the Bears got in return.
What was it, a third and a sixth?
Yes, a third and a sixth round pick for Khalil Mack.
That's...
A third and a sixth.
Oh, and the hits didn't stop coming.
Oh, let's see. What else?
Well, sticking
See,
with
that's the thing. See, I'm saying this because there's so much that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta love a NFL free agency.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Otherwise, you'll go insane.
Where is it?
And even when you love it, you'll still go insane.
God, dude, there's like so much. Like, I'm literally going through Schefter's Twitter page right now, and I'm like, there's so much.
Well, let's go with the other big trade that happened this past week, and that would be one that happened, again, after we record the podcast. Tommy, I'm free.
Ah, yes.
I'm free.
Carson Wentz.
I'm free.
Now, Commander Carson.
I'm free. Now bring on Jameis Winston.
You guys are going to sell for Jimmy G. Just throwing that out there.
No, settling would actually be for Jameis. He is a free agent. We wouldn't have to trade for him.
That's true.
Which, again, I'm okay with.
Yeah, I don't remember what they got. The Colts got in return. What was it? A couple of picks?
Yeah. And we swap second rounders.
Is that what it was?
It was that and then like a few other picks. Like some odds.
See, I don't remember. all you kept messaging was, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. Finally, thank God, thank God, thank God.
Tusken Raider meme.
It's a good summarization of what you sent me after that.
He's gone. I'm free. Tusken Raider meme.
Let's see.
And then as soon as that happened, CD Lamb. No, Amari Cooper gets traded.
Amari Cooper gets traded to the Browns for literally nothing.
Which, the hell?
Which it's like, you need to tell me you didn't get a first round pick out of that?
Come on. And then the Browns cut Jarvis Landry.
And cut Jarvis Landry. Which, by the way, a little update on Jarvis Landry. I believe it's between the Saints and the Chiefs, which it's like, for me, it's like, dude, we don't even have the cap space to sign you.
Well, you might.
We might. I mean, we restructured Demario Davis's deal to free up about almost $9 million in cap space.
And you lost your safety. He's now going to make like $50 million over 4 years with the Ravens.
What are you talking about?
Your safety?
Which one?
Oh, God.
We've had out of the past 6 years, I feel like we've had $2 million go by.
I don't remember his name. You're really going to make me try to find it, aren't you?
I'm looking at it right now. I thought that happened before.
Say it.
Oh, we didn't know. Okay, we have more cap space.
Yeah, you should.
Because they restructured Tano Passanio's and Cam Jordan's contracts.
Y'all have Tano Passanio now?
Yes. That created that. Okay. You know how much cap space? You know how much cap space that created?
You have Tannen Passanio?
You know how much cap space that created? About $13 million.
You have Tannen Passanio. Oh
that
my
created
God.
13. What is going on in the background?
That is great. That was one of the players the Chiefs fans hated here. I don't know why they hated him. There was just a good part of the fan base that hated him.
Dude, I can't find it.
Well, that's fine. He signed with the Ravens. For a lot of money. A lot.
I'm still scrolling through Schefter's Twitter because that's how much free agent stuff has happened.
I would go through the NFL's Twitter. Yeah, he was number 43 for y'all last year.
Wow, that makes it very specific. Thank you for that.
Well, I'm pulling it up right now.
That's very specific. Thank you. Oh, Marcus Williams?
Yes.
$70 million for 5 years? Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have fun with a guy whiffing on the Minneapolis Miracle. Have fun with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot.
5 years, $70 million? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
That's wow. Okay.
That is incredible. Oh, and then we also have Younghoe Koo getting a 5-year deal worth $24.25 million.
That's awesome.
For a kicker!
For a kicker.
Oh, and then the GOAT, Chase Daniel, re-signs with the Chargers for $2.25 million.
Oh, dude. Seriously, he took $2 million away from the Chargers?
Yes, he did.
That's it.
We also had a retirement today.
Yes.
Andrew Whitworth has retired from football after 16 years in the NFL.
Hall of Famer.
Oh, easily.
Hall of Famer, easily. Easy. It's not even close.
And then we had Randy Greger just completely fleece the Dallas Cowboys.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He pulled a pro gamer move on the Dallas Cowboys.
And that's another really good pass rusher in the AFC West now. So he signs a 5-year, $70 million contract with the Denver Broncos.
You know what's funny is that, Randy Gregory said, I'm going to re-sign with Dallas. And then he's like, you know what? Nah, I'll go with the Denver. But apparently, there's, something I saw today that Von Miller could be going to the Cowboys.
Which, okay, sure.
Is okay. Oh, also, I'm going to keep it in the AFC West, or a former AFC West person.
Okay.
I gotta get up real close to the mic. Tyrann Mathieu might be signing with the Oakland Raiders.
The Las Vegas Raiders, you mean?
Sorry, the Vegas Raiders. You know what I meant.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So the Chiefs did sign a different, possibly the replacement for one Tyrann Mathieu. It is Justin Reed, former safety for the Texans. He got a 3-year, $31.5 million deal.
Let's keep it in the defensive backfield because another one also happened.
For the Chiefs?
No, for the Chargers.
Oh, yes, that one's pretty big. I would like to stick with the Chiefs here. Their former star cornerback, Charvarius Ward, has signed a 3-year, $42 million deal with the Niners. And then the Chiefs have reworked the deal with Frank Clark. 2 years, $36 million.
Are you... What?
That actually saves some money on cap room. On his cap hit.
Excuse me? How?
Because the last year's an option. Team option.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
And it's only 13.5, and he would have been making 18 otherwise.
Another big move. Pittsburgh might have found its quarterback.
Yeah, they found the best quarterback available.
Mitchell Trubisky is now a Steeler. I don't know how to feel about that.
I like it because anyone who had a winning record, anyone who had a winning record with Matt Nagy as their head coach at quarterback, you have to be pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. So, hey, quick question. Wasn't the draft supposed to be, loaded with wide receivers this year?
Yeah. However, Jacksonville may have not gotten that idea.
I don't think they got the memo.
You think?
So, they signed former Arizona Cardinal Christian Kirk to a 4-year deal with a max value of $84 million.
This guy didn't even have 1,000 yards receiving this past year.
This man had almost 900 yards receiving and got $84 million max.
You know, a whole bunch of agents are thanking the Jaguars right now.
Shit, everyone's thanking his agent, Christian Kirk's agent, and be like, "Thank you for doing that."
Mark Golowitsky, former guard for the Colts, has signed a 3-year deal with the New York Giants. 3 years, $20 million. As well.
Here it is.
T.J. Ushmanzada, former Bengals tight end, is now with the Jets, for $24 million as well.
So I found the thing the Chargers signed. The guy the Chargers signed.
Yes. J.C.
Jackson is now not with former Patriot, now signed with the Chargers. 5 years, $82.5 million.
Not bad, honestly.
That's actually not a bad deal because they needed it very desperately.
Yeah, that was one thing that they needed a lot was extra help on the corner, and now they have a near lockdown corner.
I mean, I could make a joke about them. I mean, this is what happens when you lose to the Texans, but I feel like someone's made that joke already.
Probably. I don't know. You were too robotic there to hear it.
I guess this is what happens when you lose to the Texans and get absolutely torched by them.
Yeah. A lot of re-signings, though. A lot of people just staying with their team.
Yeah.
DJ Reed. DJ Reed has signed a 3-year, $33 million contract with the Jets. So that's a big corner off the board.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then, yes, your Marcus Davenport gained $7 million in cap space.
Yeah, I said that for almost $8 million.
Yes. Terry Godwin has signed, or has extended with the Jaguars. The Bucks are trading a 5th-round pick for Shaq Mason to the Patriots.
Really?
Yep. Brian Bugala has been released by the Chargers, which is kind of expected.
All right, that's okay.
And the biggest signing probably to happen so far, Tyrod Taylor has signed with the Giants.
Really?
So look to whoever the backup is behind him to become a superstar. So
okay,
we have that to look forward to. Overall thoughts so far on free agency so far, Tommy?
this is just preseason for the NFL.
Yeah, we will be doing draft stuff eventually, but not for a little bit.
Yeah, the NFL, the wheels of the NFL never stop.
No. We're gonna switch.
They never stop.
We're gonna switch gears now. We're gonna talk about some NCAA action and recap the winners of the conference championships. Here for you right now.
Basketball.
In the month of March. It's truly something else to behold, isn't it?
Okay, but before you announce the conference champions, I gotta say one thing.
Yes.
So, there are games played on Sunday, which is the day that, you find out if you're going to the tournament or not.
Yeah.
Unless you have an automatic, then you're going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why conferences play their championship games on Sunday.
I don't know.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I really wish I could tell you.
Because, I'm going to say it, I believe Tennessee won the SEC tournament. Their automatic bid played on Sunday.
Yes.
And there was argument to whether Tennessee could be a 1 or a 2.
Yes.
So I was watching Lenardi and Joe Lenardi, Mr. Bracketology himself. He said they would have to redo the entire bracket.
Yes.
To make that case.
Hey, Tommy, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, okay. And of course, people were being like, "We'll just make them a 1 or 2 seed." No, that's not really how it works, because Sunday is the day that the tournament field is set. Like, the committee that does the selections for the NCAA tournament already probably have where teams are going, where they're seated, if they're going to play the first 4, if they're not going to be in the first 4, if they're on the bubble, already set in stone of who's going to be in. They can't just change it on a whim, because, again, like Larry said, they would have to redo the entire bracket. So Tennessee ended up being a 3 seed, which a lot of bracketologists predicted or forecasted that's where they would be. But they made the case to make one or two. But, I mean, I don't know. I just find that so dumb that certain games are played on Sunday. Play all your conference championships that Saturday or leading up to that Sunday.
Oh, it should 100% be on Saturday. Like, there's no question.
It should be leading up to that Sunday. Like, college football has it perfect, where all the conference championships are played leading up to Selection Sunday, and then everyone finds out what bowl games they're going to, and if they're in, if they're out.
Yeah. We'll get to it in a little bit more when we talk about the bracket itself. But I have some issues and a suggestion for going forward what should happen when it comes to the NCAA. And have a little gripe about some teams that got in versus some teams that didn't. One very much in particular.
Yeah, there was a team I thought that was going to be very much on the bubble and playing in the first 4 games that is not.
Yeah. And there's another team that people weren't talking about enough that's not playing. But again, I'll get to it when we get to the brackets themselves. So.
Sure. All right. Now list off the teams that have won the automatic bids for the NCAA tournament.
Haha, I would love to, but there's no list of that.
Tell me it's not on the NCAA March Madness Twitter page?
Nope, not that I could find.
Well, I could give you a good guess. Gonzaga.
Hang on, I'm pulling it up. Boy, that's great.
Wow, I have it pulled up right here.
All right, cool. Would you like to do that, please?
I will. And it's all in alphabetical order, by the way, of conference.
Thank you. That makes it way easier.
But it's in alphabetical order of the conferences.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, that makes it way easier.
Starting with the America East, Vermont is the automatic bid.
Congratulations, Vermont.
Congratulations, Vermont. You are dancing.
Good job, Catamounts. You were dominant the whole year, though, so.
Yeah. Out of the American Athletic Conference, Houston. Congratulations.
Stand up.
You're going dancing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Out of the Atlantic 10, Richmond. You stole a bid from Davidson.
Did you watch that game?
I believe I was working. I saw highlights, and you were right. They were going at each other like it was nothing.
I had the privilege and the honor to watch that game.
Yeah, seeing highlights, I'm like, damn, I really wish I would have watched that game live, because that looked phenomenal.
I might be a Richmond fan now.
Richmond that was a bid stealer, too.
Yeah, no, that was their one shot, because they weren't getting in otherwise.
Congratulations. The bid stealer.
Yeah,
you're in.
Well, hang on. Before they won that game, if I can find them on the bracket here.
They weren't even on. I don't believe after that they weren't even before that game. They weren't even on the bubble.
No, that was their 23rd win.
Yeah, no, they weren't on the bubble at all.
Nope, they were not.
Near it. Same goes for the ACC champion, Virginia Tech.
That was an incredible run.
Oh, I loved it.
The Hokies just took down every giant.
I don't even care if they beat North Carolina.
Yeah. I don't care if they beat Notre Dame.
They beat Duke. That's all. Hey, if you beat Duke to steal an automatic bid for the tournament, you're a winner in my book.
Damn right.
So, Virginia Tech, congratulations. You're going dancing. Now, I believe, what was it, the ASUN
Atlantic Sun Conference.
The Atlantic Sun Conference. Who won their tournament?
Is it not there?
Well, because I believe the team that won the tournament
Oh,
is going
Belmar
through,
won the tournament.
Yeah, but
Belmar.
because they are a transfer.
So the NCAA has a stupid rule that if you move up from Division 2 to Division 1, you have a 4-year ban on tournaments. They won their tournament in their second year.
They're only in their second year?
As a D1 program.
So they have to wait another 2 years to even make it to the dance if they get there?
Yep. I hate it. It's a stupid rule.
That sounds kind of dumb. So by technicality, Jacksonville State, who won the regular season title...
Who wasn't even in the conference championship game, by the way.
Yeah, they didn't even sniff it.
No.
By quirk, they are the representative for the Atlantic Sun.
Stupid. They should have had them and Jacksonville have a playoff game against each other.
Look, I don't know. The Big 12, Kansas, automatic bid. Really wanted to be Texas Tech.
Boo!
Should have been Texas Tech, but hey.
Agreed.
Whatever. The Big East, congratulations, Villanova, for like $5 million. Boo.
Thanks, Villanova. You crushed Creighton's dreams of winning the Big East. That'd have been a hell of a run for Creighton, too.
Out of the Big Sky, Montana State, congratulations, you're going dancing.
The Bobcats had that house rocking for that game, too.
Now, we'd like to take note that certain, conference tournaments, they do it like the NIT, where, they'll have it at, a home stadium, or,
Well, for some of these, it just so happened that it was close to these schools.
Yeah, that's
so
the
Montana
thing.
State, the Montana State Big Sky, that was in Boise.
Yeah. Out of the Big South, Longwood, congratulations, you're going dancing.
Macy made a hell of a joke about them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? Out of the Big
adults.
10, Iowa. Did you watch that game? Did you actually watch that game?
It may have been going on at the same time as Richmond Davison. So probably not.
Because when I got home from work that day, they were still playing. Oh my God, Purdue Iowa was such a great game.
Then I don't remember what I was doing at that time.
That was such a great game. It was just a back and forth affair, and then Iowa pulled away late.
Yep.
But congratulations, Iowa. You're
Yeah.
automatic Big 10 representative.
Yep.
Out of the Big West, California State University of Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton. You're going dancing.
Good job, boys.
The CAA. Delaware. You're going
that's
dancing.
the Colonial Athletic Association.
Okay, I'll call it the CAA. Delaware. You're going dancing.
Good job, Blue Hens.
Congratulations. Out of Conference USA, UAB. You're going dancing.
Blazers looked incredible.
I think I actually watched that game. They look good in their conference championship game.
I was impressed by a lot of teams, because this is the first time I've actually sat down and watched this much college basketball in a long while. And, this was... UAB impressed me.
March never disappoints. Never disappoints.
March doesn't. And, yeah, that was just great.
Out of the Horizon League, Wright State. You were going dancing.
What was that? I'm sorry?
Out of the Horizon League, Wright State is the automatic bid for that conference.
Good job, Wright. They got a tough matchup coming up, but I'll get into why that shouldn't be happening.
Oh, yeah. No, I forgot. I see it.
Yeah.
The Ivy League. One league that never disappoints with its automatic bids. Yale is the automatic bid.
Whoa,
for the Ivy
okay,
League.
try that again.
Yale. Congratulations, you're going dancing.
The
For the Ivy
Bulldogs move on.
Out of the MAAC, St. Peter's. Congratulations, you're going dancing.
St. Peter's, the Peacocks.
Out of the MAC. Maction, baby.
Maction!
Action, let's go. Akron is your automatic bid.
The Zips
Congratulations,
are
you're going
dancing. The Zips are dancing in March.
Zips are dancing in March. The
Why'd you say that with a
MEAC
Boston accent?
I don't know why I said it like that.
The dancing in Match.
Dancing in March. What's the clam chowder?
They're from Akron, Ohio.
I don't know. Out of the MEAC, I have no idea what that conference that even means, but Norfolk State.
Mid
Don't even try it. Just don't even
Mid-East
try it.
Athletic Conference.
No, okay. Norfolk State. You're going dancing.
They just run that conference.
I think they do. There is one immortal human being that had given this team an automatic bid.
Oh, God.
G in Loyola, Chicago. You are going dancing.
From the Missouri Valley Conference, the Ramblers are rambling on.
The Ramblers are rambling. Sister Jean is immortal.
Oh, God.
Alrighty, on to the Mountain West. Boise State, congratulations, you are going dancing.
Broncos won in Vegas, which, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know that the Mountain West Conference Championship was in Vegas.
I believe the West Coast Conference was in Vegas as well.
Yeah, there was another one as well. It might have been the Big West. It was also in Vegas.
The Northeast, this is literally the name of the conference, it's just the Northeast.
Yeah, Northeast Conference.
Bryant. The Bryant, what is it, the Bulldogs?
Yes.
See, you think with Bryant, it'd be like, oh yeah, the Bryant Bears. Like,
yeah, I know.
So, no, it's the Bulldogs. But yeah, congratulations. You fought your way to an automatic bid.
That was a horrible joke.
Did you not see what happened during their conference championship game, though?
I know. That's why I said that's a horrible joke.
That's exactly what happened. There was a fight in the stands that paused that game for like 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was weird.
The Ohio Valley Conference.
There was no question who was winning this conference tournament.
Murray State. I'm gonna say the record right now. They are 30-2.
2.
They've only lost twice this entire season.
2. That's right, people. You're hearing that right. 2.
They've only lost twice.
Hold up a second. I'm getting ready to pull up who Murray State lost to this year. Give me
Can you please do
one.
that?
And yeah, I was right. It's the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I was right about that. All right, Murray State Racers. So they're in that same conference with Belmont. Their losses this year are to Eastern Tennessee at Eastern Tennessee State and at Auburn. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
What is... Wait, can you say the other... Eastern Tennessee?
Eastern Tennessee State. I do believe they're coming off a COVID issue.
What is their record?
Eastern Tennessee State?
Yes, what is their record now?
Well, it's giving me their record at the time, which was 2-2 at the time. 15-17.
In Auburn?
There are 2 seeds, so
Right now, so.
yeah.
On to the Pac-12.
Yeah, baby.
Arizona. Brock's pick to win the Pac-12.
Ah!
The automatic bid. Oh my god, that you want to... Gross.
What?
The way you just just moaned. Ugh.
Ah! That?
The Patriot League. Colgate.
Yeah, Colgate.
Toothpaste. It's an automatic.
Yeah, hold up a second. I don't remember what their mascot actually is right now.
I don't know. When I think of Colgate, I just think toothpaste.
The Raiders. The Colgate Raiders.
Quick little update. So we're recording this on Tuesday, and there are the first four games started today.
Yes.
The games today were Texas Southern and Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
And Texas Southern beat Texas Tech Corpus Christi.
The final is now 76-67. So Texas Southern will now face Kansas on St. Patrick's Day.
And again, I'll get to it later. My thoughts on how to improve the tournament. Continue.
So, out of the SEC, I said it earlier while you were gone, or while you were there, Tennessee.
Yeah. Pick them to win, too.
Out of the Southern, Chattanooga.
Dude, the mocks look pretty good.
Yeah. The first team that was just eliminated from the tournament, out of the Southland Conference, Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Good try, Islanders. Good try. You had a hell of a championship game.
Good try. Good try.
I also watched that championship game. I don't remember why.
Out of the Whack.
Whack.
Team that is moving on to Kansas. Texas Southern.
You close, whack. Anyone trying to beat the Tigers that are in that conference, whack.
The Summit League. South Dakota State.
Did you watch their game against North Dakota State in the championship?
What channel is it on? Because I don't think so.
I do believe it was on CBS Sports Network.
See, I don't think I watched it. Was it on a Friday?
So, the game was played at Sioux Falls, whatever their arena is there, in South Dakota. Bro. I don't know what the capacity of that venue is, but...
Max. Close to the max.
There was blue. There was a bit of green. I'll admit, there were some South Dakota State or North Dakota State fans there. But yeah, it was green. It was blue. It was blue. Nothing but blue.
Alrighty, we are at the final three of the automatic bids.
And the Jackrabbits fans were loud, and I'll say this, I need to pay attention to more of that league and such, because, man.
Again, we are in the final three of the automatic bids. Starting with the Sun Belt. Georgia State. You are dancing.
Good job, Panthers. They beat Baylor a few years ago in that incredible game, if you'll remember.
Yes. Out of the West Coast Conference.
No surprise.
It's St. Mary. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Gonzaga.
Yeah,
got your hopes up, didn't I? Got your hopes up, didn't I? And then the final automatic bid. How do you say it? WAC?
The WAC, it's the WAC.
The WAC?
Yeah.
New Mexico State. You're dancing. Congratulations.
So, I just looked up the Denny Sanford Premier Center, which is where they played that South Dakota State game in Sioux Falls.
Uh-huh.
There is not... Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
I'm going to say there's going to be 12... It's like a 13,000 seat arena.
You are dead on that. 13,000 exactly.
Wow, okay. I just threw that number out there. For
concerts, 12,000 for basketball.
13 for concerts?
Yeah. 12,000 for basketball, 10,600 for indoor football, because they do have a team up there, and then 10,678 for hockey. Oh my lord.
So wait. You said in Sioux Falls?
Yeah.
You
South
can say
Dakota.
how
South Dakota.
doesn't WWE do live events there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm guessing it would
Okay.
probably be indoor football capacity for it.
probably. It'd be like 10 or 11K or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are all the automatic bids.
Yeah. 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 Good for all the teams that advanced. And before we get to the brackets, it's now time for a little update. Tommy? We're doing this periodically now because, there's not really much else to talk about in sports. So we'll start with the NBA and a little check-in as to where they sit currently. Where everybody's holding up, shall we say. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
There has been quite a bit of movement in the Eastern Conference. The number 1 seed is the Miami Heat. The number 2 seed is the Milwaukee Bucks. They're 2 games behind the Heat. Number 3 is the Sixers, 3 games back of the Heat. Bulls, 3.5 back. Celtics, 4 back. Cavaliers, 5.5 back. So that's your 5 and 6 seed in Boston and Cleveland. Toronto is 6.5 back. They're in 7th. 8th is the Nets, 9.5 back. Hawks are in 9th, 10 back. Hornets in 10th, 11 back. And then we have 2 teams now eliminated in the Eastern Conference in the Pistons and Magic, which means there's only 3 teams that are not in the play-in tournament still alive, and that's the Pacers, Knicks, and Wizards. In the Western Conference, we have the first team, or I'll get your thoughts first on the Eastern Conference, Tommy.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm being honest, I don't really watch a lot of NBA, so.
No, I don't either, but, we're going to sit here and talk about it because, it is a sport going on right now. They're all making playoff pushes. In the Western Conference, we have the first team to clinch a playoff berth, and it's my Phoenix Suns. First place, 54-14. Next closest in a tie are Memphis and Golden State, 7.5 games back. Then it's Utah and the Mavericks, tied at 12 games back. Nuggets, 13.5 games back. Timberwolves, who have come out of nowhere, are 15 back. Clippers, 19.5 back. They're in the play-in tournaments, but they have losing records. The Lakers, 25 games back, and the Pelicans, 26 back. Trailblazers, Spurs, Kings, Thunder, and Rockets round out the Western Conference. Your thoughts, Mr. Haley?
All right, that's cool.
It's Phoenix winning the West still, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. NHL, which I know that you're going to have a little bit more vested interest in.
I actually have not been paying attention at all to the NHL this past few weeks.
Well, you've at least know the teams a little bit more than you know the NBA.
Again, I really haven't been paying attention at all these past few weeks, so.
Well, we're going to start with the Atlantic Conference in the East, or Atlantic Division. Panthers are in first, Lightning in second, Maple Leafs in third, Bruins in fourth. They have a wild card spot currently, and then a massive drop-off. The Red Wings are the next team behind them. Metropolitan, it's pretty much just the Hurricanes to lose at this point. Followed by the Penguins, the Rangers, and the Capitals, who hold that last wildcard spot in the East. And then another massive drop-off. The Blue Jackets are right behind them from Columbus, and then everyone else. Central Division, again, it's Colorado's to lose. followed by the Blues, and then a tie for third between the Wild and Predators. So the Nashville Predators picked up that win that in the game that we picked over the Wild, so they are now tied. So things are looking pretty good for the Predators now. They are holding on to that first wild card spot, which put them against Calgary. That would be a very good matchup for Nashville. Behind them are the Stars and Jets, who are still within striking distance, but are pretty much being bogged down by just getting beat by the top teams. The Pacific Division is where the most teams are still alive somehow. So the Flames have 79 points. The Kings have 74. And here we go. All these teams are still alive for the third spot in the Pacific Division. Oilers and Knights are tied at 68 points. Canucks at 65. Ducks at 64. And the Sharks at 69. Seattle, you know where you are. Exit stage left. While no one has been officially eliminated yet, you pretty much know who's gone at this point. Officially, the wild cards are Boston and Washington. Boston would play Florida. Capitals would play the Hurricanes. So they would pretty much stay in their own conference and divisions there. The Predators would play the Flames. And the Knights would play the Avalanche. So that is our update on the NHL there. You ready for me to rant about how broken this system is for the NCAA?
Yeah, go ahead. Explain.
Okay, so you earlier read off a list of teams that got an automatic bid, correct?
Correct.
Okay. 4 of those teams had to play a game to play into the tournament.
Correct.
I find that bullshit. Completely and totally.
Explain.
If you've won your conference tournament and have an automatic bid, why do you have to play in a play-in game to the tournament?
Mean like the first 4?
Yes. So here's the perfect example. The game that just went final. Texas Southern versus Texas Tech A&M Corpus Christi. Both
probably
teams,
because these teams were just like on the bubble.
No, they won their tournaments. They won their conference tournaments.
Indiana didn't win their conference tournament.
No, I'm talking about Texas Southern and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And Wright State and Bryant. Those 4 teams... I'm saying this is why it's broken. I'm saying this right now. Those 4 teams won their conference tournament. Why do they have to play in? You have an automatic bid.
Ratings? I don't know, Brock. It's always been like this every year.
So, this is my proposal that I have. Listen. There is a team here named Michigan who only had 17 wins and is playing in the tournament. It doesn't have to do a play-in game.
It's about who you play.
Here's my solution. There is a team that made a run in their tournament and has 23 wins, and less losses than Michigan, by the way, that is not in, named Texas A&M. Here's my solution. The other 4 that had automatic bids, you're in the tournament. Michigan A&M, play against each other. Rutgers Notre Dame, play against each other. Wyoming, Indiana, play against each other. You might be wondering who this other team that I'm saying needs to do a play-in game is. It's Davidson. Davidson versus SMU. Play-in game. You get your ratings.
Davidson made it there.
They made it to the conference championship. They didn't win it, though. They don't get an automatic bid.
It's stolen.
Yeah, so they don't get an automatic bid. You should then have to play in to get into the tournament. If you've won your conference tournament, you shouldn't have to do a play-in game.
I mean, you can say the same thing for Memphis because they lost their conference tournament and are in.
Yeah. I can say that. I would be fine if they had to do a play-in game. Honestly, I think that's what they should do.
Look, I'll say this. Is it flawed? Yes. Here's
Heavily. When A&M's not in, SMU's not in, Dayton's not in, and Oklahoma aren't in. All of which have better records than Michigan.
Well, with all the COVID stuff, they're on call. Like, with their COVID rules and all that, the NCAA does, like, they're on call. So
no, they're playing in the NIT tournament right now. Those are the one seeds in the NIT.
Like, if the call is needed, they will go to the tournament. I think the deadline's already passed, actually, so. Is it flawed? Yes. Do I care?
Heavily.
Not really, because I've always loved it. Love watching games. I'm literally watching games right now.
Did Wyoming, Indiana just tip off?
Not yet. They're about ready to tip off here in about 5 minutes, I think.
All right. Well, it is now time for our brackets. I do believe, yes?
Yes.
All right. So, we have all filled out a bracket, including, yes, the lovely Miss Macy Shear. Oh, we will get to her bracket.
We will get first, because...
wow. Is all I can say. Is just... wow.
Madness.
Literally, there would have to be some insaneness going on. Before I do that, I would like to say the teams that are in the NIT tournament. The one seeds are Dayton, SMU, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. Your twos... What, Tommy?
Here's how I remember the number one seeds for the NIT. It's always the first 4 teams out of the NCAA tournament, like on the outside looking in.
All right. Well, your twos are Xavier, BYU, Wake Forest, and North Texas. Threes are Florida, St. Louis, VCU, and Mississippi State. Fours are Vanderbilt, Virginia, Utah State, and Washington State. And the other teams are Notre Dame, Toledo, Belmont, Iona, Cleveland State, Missouri State, St. Bonaventure, Texas State, Townsend, Princeton, Oregon, Alcorn State, Long Beach State, Northern Iowa, Santa Clara, and Nicholls State. So it is now time for our brackets.
Okay. So how are we going to do this?
We'll go region by region.
So
and
will
do
we
the
start
first
with
round,
death?
and then we'll do the consecutive rounds afterwards.
So we will start with death, correct?
With death?
The West.
Oh, the West. Yes, we will start with the West.
Oh my goodness, the West. Oh my god.
Yeah, the West is a murder scene.
Good luck to whoever. Congratulations. Good luck to whoever comes out of that pot of the bracket alive.
Yes. All right. Do you want Macy to go first or go last?
I feel like her bracket is like the worst / best. So yeah, let's keep her last.
Okay. So you want to go first then?
Yes, I will go first.
All right. Go ahead, Tommy. Who do you have? Gonzaga, Georgia State?
I have Gonzaga because,
Gonzaga.
16 seeds never beat 1 seeds. They're like one in an astronomical amount of games they've lost.
Boise State, Memphis.
See here, here's the thing.
Hang on. Let me do it this way. You just go through, you say who it is, and you give your winner.
Okay. So my bracket consisted of, if I can't decide who I want to win, I just flip a coin.
Okay.
With this one, this one was kind of somewhat simple. I picked Boise State.
Next game?
UConn, New Mexico State. This is one of the more intriguing 5-12 matchups in the bracket. Actually, I take that back. The most intriguing 5-12 matchup.
There is a 5-12 matchup in the South that would like to beg to differ.
I mean, that one too, but...
And a possible 5-12 in the East that would like to beg to differ.
Yeah, it depends on what happens.
Yeah.
See, on the left side of the bracket, the two 5-12 matchups look amazing. And then on the other side, they look really good.
I don't know about the Midwest 5-12.
Here's the thing. You gotta have... There's always at least one, maybe two 12 seeds upsetting a 5.
Yeah.
Have it happening here. I have
Okay.
New Mexico State over UConn.
All right.
Because that matchup just screams upset. I don't know why, but it does.
Next game?
Next game, Arkansas and Vermont. I picked Arkansas.
All right, next game?
So this game is one of the first 4 games.
Yep.
So Alabama plays the winner of Rutgers Notre Dame,
Which
I
will
picked-
be played tonight.
tomorrow.
Well, tonight when this goes out.
Well, yeah, when this podcast goes live. So I picked Notre Dame to win their playing game. Sorry, Rutgers. The coin said otherwise.
And then,
I also have Alabama.
all right, next game?
Texas
Speedy's
Tech,
up, too.
Montana State. I picked Texas Tech.
Okay.
Michigan State, Davidson. A very interesting 7-10 matchup, I do say so. I say interesting. It's not the best, but it's a very intriguing one.
Yeah, it's not the best. I'm looking at the other ones, and yeah, it's not the weakest. The East,
It's not the weak, but the most intriguing.
the one in the East is probably the weakest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
that game should be good.
Just because I don't know. I think San Francisco and St. Peter's might need to get flipped. Honestly,
Yeah. Either way, I picked Davidson to beat Michigan State.
all right.
Duke and Cal State Fullerton. Duke.
Okay. East.
I'm a reason, because Duke.
East.
The East. Can I say one thing before I announce the East?
Yeah.
How did Baylor get a 1 seed?
Because they were undefeated for a long stretch of time and have a win over Kansas.
Well, I get that. But I feel like, Villanova or hell. Yeah, Villanova could have
I
gotten.
was about to say, there is no other team than Villanova.
You could have made the case. I mean, Duke
No.
kind of.
No, Duke
Like-
didn't win their conference tournament.
That's a stretch. But I feel like Villanova should have been the one in the East.
Say Duke didn't win their conference tournament. They didn't deserve it.
Yeah, but Villanova did. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Baylor didn't either. So
Exactly. Again.
I mean, but Baylor winning against Norfolk State.
Okay.
North Carolina Marquette, very interesting 8-9 matchup. I have North Carolina.
Marquette's kind of struggled this year.
They have struggled. St. Mary's against the winner of Wyoming and Indiana. So I picked Indiana to win this game.
Okay.
That game is getting played tonight as of this recording. I have Indiana winning that game, and I also have them beating St. Mary's.
All right.
UCLA and Akron. While I love me some action, I only love it in football, not basketball.
Okay.
So I picked UCLA. Virginia Tech against Texas. I hate Texas, so I picked Virginia Tech. That was the easiest pick of my life.
Not
East-
this next
East pick.
one?
Hate Texas.
Not this next game right here? That was
Purdue and yeah. This was a tough one for me. I had to flip a coin for this one. The coin picked Purdue.
Okay.
Murray State and San Francisco. God, what a horrible mismatch this game is.
Yeah.
Murray State. The final bottom part of the east part of the bracket. Kentucky and St. Peter's. Kentucky. That's it.
Okay. South.
Back to the top right of the bracket, to the south. Arizona against the winner of Bryant Wright State. I picked Bryant to win that game. But Arizona is moving on. The next game, Seton Hall against TCU. What an intriguing matchup.
Two teams that I felt like have pretty underwhelmed this year.
Yeah.
This really does feel like a play-in game more than it should be a 8-9.
Yeah, I mean, TCU gave Kansas fits during the regular season, so
Still.
I mean, that beat them at home.
Honestly, this feels like that game and the Rutgers Notre Dame should be flipped.
Yeah. I have TCU beating Seton Hall.
All right.
Houston UAB. Man, what a 5-12 matchup this is.
Yep.
As much as I wanted to pick UAB, a coin picked Houston, so I took Houston.
All right.
Illinois and Chattanooga. I'll take Illinois.
All right.
Colorado State, Michigan. I don't understand how the hell Michigan's an 11 seed. But it's always about
I don't
who you
understand
play.
how they're in the tournament.
It's always about who you play, and that was a team I thought was going to be the last four in, not just be like, yeah, congratulations, you don't have to play on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Again, I think them and Indiana should be flipped, or them and Wyoming.
I wholeheartedly agree. However, they're going to lose to Colorado State.
The fact that they have the worst record in the tournament.
They are the only team that does not have 20 wins.
Well, no, there's a few teams without 20 wins.
Well, yeah.
St. Peter's doesn't have 20. No. Yale doesn't have 20. Marquette doesn't have 20. Georgia State doesn't.
I believe they're the only team that has, 14 losses?
Yes.
And they got in. Yeah. I thought they were going to be a bubble team, but hey, here we are. So, I have them losing to Colorado State.
Okay.
Tennessee and Longwood.
Yep. Stop.
Longwood. Longwood. I have Tennessee.
Okay.
Loyola Chicago and Ohio State.
Another team I'm not sure how they got into the tournament.
Who, Ohio State?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see them as a team that is in. I see them as a sacrificial lamb for Sister Jean.
Okay.
That's what I see. That's why I see Ohio State as. They are the sacrificial lamb, so Loyola Chicago can move on.
Okay.
Villanova and Delaware. Villanova.
South, or Midwest.
So KU is now playing Texas Southern.
Yep.
I'll still take Kansas.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
This might be the game of the first day.
I'm looking at, because they play the games in Dayton. There are a lot of Hoosier fans there.
Not a surprise.
A lot.
There's going to be a lot of Notre Dame fans there tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So, San Diego State and Creighton. San Diego State.
Okay.
Iowa going up against bid Steeler Richmond. I mean, Iowa looked really good against Purdue this past Sunday.
Yep.
I think they keep carrying that momentum, so I'll take Iowa. Providence and South Dakota State. I mean, we've been kind of riding high on Providence this entire time, haven't we?
Since we started talking college basketball, yeah.
I'll take Providence. Iowa State and LSU. Brock, how the hell is LSU a 6 seed?
Because they beat Mizzou by 20. Twice.
I don't think that that was the reason, but
I don't
hey,
know.
whatever.
That was Illinois' reason to be a 4 seed.
I mean, okay, whatever.
And
They
this
against
game
Iowa.
this game is literally, hey, here's 2 teams that beat Mizzou by 20. Go at it.
I mean, like, hey, here, go play each other. Well, here's the thing: LSU's head coach just resigned, and I think they're going to get hit with the hammer. If you know what I mean,
Yep.
like the NCAA hammer.
Yep. Banhammer.
I will take Iowa State.
Okay.
Wisconsin going up against toothpaste. I'll take Wisconsin.
Okay.
USC against Miami. Talk about a very intriguing 7-10 matchup.
I like how on your bracket it says Miami FL and mine it doesn't.
Okay.
It just says Miami. It doesn't have Florida next to it.
Oh, I have no idea why it does that. I took Miami.
Of Ohio? Wow, big boost for
The
the
U,
Redhawks
dumb.
here.
I
Yeah,
took the U, dumbass.
Yeah, University of Miami, Ohio. Yeah, I know.
First, not that Miami University. Alrighty, next game: Auburn and Jacksonville State. Auburn.
All right, do your second rounders and try to speed it up.
All right. Gonzaga, Boise State. I took Gonzaga. New Mexico State, Arkansas. I took the upset. I took New Mexico State. Notre Dame against Texas Tech. I took Texas Tech. Davidson and Duke. Excuse me. I hate Duke, so I picked Davidson. In the East, Baylor, North Carolina. I picked Baylor. Indiana and UCLA. I picked Indiana. Virginia Tech and Purdue. I picked Purdue. Murray State and Kentucky. Murray State upsetting Kentucky. On the south side of the bracket, Arizona versus TCU. I picked Arizona. Houston versus Illinois. I picked Illinois. Colorado State versus Tennessee. I picked Tennessee. Loyola Chicago and Villanova. I mean, Sister Jean is immortal, so I picked Loyola Chicago. This is where she gets her powers. Out of the Midwest bracket, Kansas against South Dakota, or San Diego State, sorry. There's 2 SDSU teams in this bracket.
On the same side.
On the same side, and it's so dumb because...
Why aren't either one of them in the West? Why isn't San Diego State in the West where they play in San Diego?
Yeah, and look where some of the games were played.
We'll get to that in a bit because that was another one I had an issue with.
Iowa and Providence. I picked Providence. Iowa State, Wisconsin. I feel like this game already happened in the regular season for some reason. I don't know why, but I feel like it did.
Because Iowa plays Wisconsin?
That's probably why. I picked Wisconsin. Miami and Auburn. Very intriguing matchup. I had to flip a coin for this one, and it picked Auburn, so I picked Auburn as well.
All right.
What am I at? Sweet 16?
Yep.
Gonzaga against New Mexico State. I picked Gonzaga.
Okay.
Texas Tech versus Davidson. I picked Davidson. Texas Tech. I picked Texas Tech.
I was about to say, no, you didn't.
There's a different completely different bracket from what the ones we're doing. I picked Davidson for some reason. Don't know why. Don't ask. Don't ask.
Okay.
Do not ask. Do not ask.
Okay.
I picked Texas Tech for this bracket, the one we were doing for this one.
Yep.
On the east side, Baylor against Indiana. I picked Baylor. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but here we are. Baylor's in the Elite Eight. Purdue and Murray State. This one was a tough one. I had to flip a coin, and tails never fail, so I picked Murray State.
All right.
On to the Sweet 16 on the south side. Arizona versus Illinois. Arizona. Tennessee versus Loyola Chicago. I feel like that didn't this game happen a couple years ago?
Yeah, it did. Loyola won.
Not this time. Sorry, Sister Jean. I picked Tennessee. Don't smite me, please. Do not smite me, please. Please don't. Alrighty. Out of the Midwest, San Diego State and Providence. I picked Providence. Wisconsin and Auburn. Oh, I really hope this matchup happens because that game is going to be so good. I picked Auburn. The Elite Eight. Gonzaga versus Texas Tech. I picked Gonzaga. I'm so screwed. In the east side of the Elite Eight, Baylor and Murray State. The slipper still fits. I picked Murray State. On the south side, Arizona versus Tennessee. I picked Tennessee. The Midwest, Providence and Auburn. I picked Providence. So my Final Four consists of these 4 teams. The number 1 overall seed, Gonzaga Bulldogs. The number 7 seeded Murray State Riders.
Racers.
Number 1 Racers. Sorry if I offended any Murray State fans listening to this.
Oh, there's probably going to be a few of them. Go Murray State.
My apologies.
My first Mizzou game I ever went to was Mizzou versus Murray State.
Was it really?
Yeah, there were quite a few Murray State fans there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, my 4 team from the South, number 3 seeded Tennessee Volunteers. And then from the Midwest, the number 4 seeded Providence Friars.
Yep.
So I have a 1, a 7, a 3, and a 4 seed all in the Final Four.
Okay.
On to the Final Four games in New Orleans, Louisiana. The first one, Gonzaga versus Murray State. This was a very hard game to pick.
Does clock strike midnight?
Unfortunately, the clock did strike midnight, and I picked Gonzaga. The coin said head. I said heads Gonzaga, tails Murray State, and of course the coin landed on heads. Clock struck midnight. Damn, what a run it was.
Yeah, it's a good run.
Tennessee and Providence. I picked Tennessee because I went based off of how good they looked against Kentucky in their conference tournament and their conference championship game in the tournament, and they both looked really damn good.
Yep. Your championship game?
My national championship game is Gonzaga versus Tennessee. Gonzaga has made it to the national championship again. Unfortunately, they will not win it because I picked Tennessee.
Rocky Top.
Rocky Top, baby. So, before you announce yours, I will say I will give a prediction to the final score just in case something happens with picks and all that.
Okay.
The final score will be Tennessee 72, Gonzaga 70.
All right. Well,
don't ask questioning for that score. It just
it is now my turn for my bracket that I have here. So we'll start in the West like Tommy did. Georgia State versus Gonzaga. I have Gonzaga. Boise State versus Memphis. I have Boise State. UConn, New Mexico State. I got the Huskies. I have no 12-5 upsets, by the way.
What?
I have no 5-12 upsets, and you'll see why here in a second. Arkansas, Vermont. I have the Catamounts. Arkansas is playing horrible basketball lately.
Right, but I think they'll get back on the not struggle bus.
It's going to be a home crowd for Vermont. It's going to be in Buffalo.
which is weird. Never think the West. I think of Buffalo.
Again, we'll get to that later. Again, we'll get to that later.
Hurry up.
UVM. I have Notre Dame beating Rutgers and Notre Dame beating Alabama.
Nice.
Texas Tech over Montana State. Davidson over Michigan State. Duke beating Cal State Fullerton. Baylor over Norfolk State. North Carolina over Marquette. St. Mary's over Wyoming. UCLA over Akron. Virginia Tech over Texas. Purdue over Yale. Murray State over San Francisco. Kentucky over St. Peter's. In the South, Arizona over Wright State. Seton Hall over TCU. TCU has just been blah this year. Houston over UAB. Chattanooga over Illinois. Illinois is struggling right now, and Chattanooga has caught fire. I feel like that's probably going to be one of the biggest upsets. I have Michigan over Colorado State for this reason. Colorado State just found out when their flight is for this game.
The day before.
Yeah. Well, no, they play the 7th. Yeah, the day before. Pretty much. So I have Michigan winning. Tennessee over Longwood. Like you, Sister Jean will sacrifice Brutus the Buckeye. And the Ramblers win. Wildcats over Blue Hens. I have Nova. Kansas over... Well, I had Texas A&M Corpus Christi. That's not happening now.
Hey, so did I.
Kansas wins. Creighton over San Diego State. The Blue Jays have caught fire. Iowa over the Spiders. Providence over the Jackrabbits. Iowa State over LSU. Wisconsin over Colgate. USC over Miami. And Auburn over Jacksonville State. Any questions that you have for me?
So we both don't have any 15 seeds upsetting 2 seeds.
No, I do not see a weak. The weakest link is Kentucky, but St. Peter's is not that impressive this year.
Yeah. I feel like Duke can screw around and somehow lose to Cal State Fullerton. I don't know why.
That's probably the strongest case. Maybe Auburn losing to Jacksonville State. I don't know. I never watched a Jacksonville State game this year.
I've seen play. They are very inconsistent.
I do, however, have a 13 over a 4, an 11 over a 6, a 10 over a 7, another 11 over a 6.
I had no 13 seeds.
A 13 over a 4 again, an 11 over a 6 again, a 10 over a 7, an 11 over a 6, and a 10 over a 7. So,
all right, continue.
All right. Gonzaga, Boise State, Gonzaga, UConn, UVM, UConn, Notre Dame, Texas Tech, Texas Tech, Davidson, Duke, Davidson, Baylor, UNC, UNC can outgun Baylor can. St. Mary's versus UCLA, UCLA, Virginia Tech, Purdue, Purdue, Murray State, Kentucky, Murray State, Arizona, Seton Hall, Arizona, Houston, Chattanooga, Houston, Michigan, Tennessee, Tennessee, Villanova, Loyola, Chicago, Villanova, Creighton, Kansas, Kansas, Iowa, Providence, Providence, Wisconsin, Iowa State, Wisconsin, USC over Auburn.
Really?
Auburn or USC is kind of screwed with their seeding because they play better than a 7 seed.
Yeah.
Gonzaga, UConn. I have Gonzaga. Texas Tech versus Davidson. Texas Tech. UNC, UCLA. UCLA. Murray State, Purdue. Purdue. Arizona, Tennessee. Or no. Arizona, Houston, right?
Uh-huh.
Arizona, Tennessee, Nova, Tennessee. Kansas, Providence. Providence. Wisconsin, USC. Wisconsin. Gonzaga, Texas Tech, Gonzaga, UCLA, Purdue, Purdue, Arizona, Tennessee, Arizona, Providence, Wisconsin, Providence.
Interesting.
I think you know what my national championship is.
See, Gonzaga, Arizona?
Nope.
Oh, wait, Gonzaga,
Purdue,
Providence.
Purdue over Gonzaga, Providence over Arizona, Purdue versus Providence, what I predicted the national championship would be earlier this year. And my national champion I have is Purdue.
Now, was that a tough decision, or did you have to flip a coin?
No, I knew that from the beginning of the year. I had Purdue as my national champion.
Yeah, that's a game I would have to flip a coin for.
Nope. Purdue has the bigs to outgun Providence. Any other thoughts about my bracket?
No.
Okay.
We're going to have a lot of thoughts. Next one, though.
Oh, lordy. Macy Shear. God damn. So let's start with her first four in. She had Texas A&M Corpus Christi. That obviously didn't happen, so we now know. Wyoming over Indiana. Bryant over Wright State. And Notre Dame over Rutgers. None of us picked Rutgers to win.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's going to come bite us in the ass for some reason. Don't know why.
Yeah. Gonzaga, Georgia State. She has Gonzaga. Boise State, Memphis. Boise State. UConn over New Mexico State, Vermont, Bama, Tech, Michigan State, Cal Fullerton. She has them.
So she has Duke losing in the first round,
Which is just dumb enough to probably work and happen.
that could be so stupid that it will work.
Baylor, Marquette over North Carolina, Wyoming over St. Mary's, Akron over UCLA, Texas over Virginia Tech, Purdue over Yale, Murray State over San Francisco, Kentucky, as well, and winning their game, Arizona, Seton Hall, Houston, Chattanooga, Colorado State, Tennessee, Loyola Chicago, Nova, Kansas, San Diego State, Iowa, South Dakota State, LSU, Wisconsin, USC, Auburn.
Her picking LSU is just, I don't get that.
Did you hear my blood boil when she picked South Dakota State over Providence?
I'm like,
So,
she
to be
she
honest,
that
so
dumb?
we filled this bracket out earlier today before we decided to record this podcast. Just so it would be done and we could do it. Her second round, she has Boise State beating Gonzaga, Vermont winning, Texas Tech, Michigan State, Baylor, Akron winning again over Wyoming.
Dude, I don't.
In a 13-12. Purdue over Texas, Murray State over Kentucky, Zona over Seton Hall, Houston over Chattanooga, Tennessee over Colorado State, Nova over Loyola Chicago, KU, South Dakota State beating Iowa, LSU beating Wisconsin, Auburn beating USC. Thoughts on those?
Can I say one thing? We're really riding high on Murray State, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know. They have the least amount of losses. Arizona has the second least, so I don't know. Boise State loses to Vermont is what she has. She has Texas Tech over Michigan State, Baylor over Akron, Murray State over Purdue. I think you could also hear my blood boil when she said that.
I was like, ooh, that might actually happen. And I was like, ooh, Brock's not going to be happy about that.
Arizona over Houston, Nova over Tennessee, KU over South Dakota State, LSU over Auburn. Yeah, right.
Yeah, unicorns are real.
Texas Tech over Vermont, Murray State over Baylor, Nova over Arizona, KU over LSU. I think you can see what her bracket's shaping up to be.
So she had. What? Can you go over her Elite Eight again?
Her Elite Eight is Arizona, or from the West, Vermont, Texas Tech, Baylor, Murray State, Arizona, Nova, Kansas, LSU.
She has LSU going all the way to the Elite Eight.
She has Vermont going to the Elite Eight.
And Vermont. She has
and Murray State
going to Elite Eight.
I have Murray State going Sweet 16. I don't have a Cinderella at all on my bracket.
My Cinderella is Murray State.
Unless you consider 4-seed Providence, maybe. Versus 3-seed Purdue, maybe. I don't know.
The Cinderellas are like your double-digit seeds, kind of like a Loyola Chicago.
Yeah. So her final four is Texas Tech versus Murray State. She has Murray State winning. Nova versus Kansas. If you know Macy, it's Kansas winning. Murray State, Kansas. You know where this is going. She has Kansas. Thoughts?
So another little tidbit. You and your sister Elena do brackets.
Yes.
When she picked her bracket based off mascot names.
Mascot, or she knew the school.
And guess what? Macy's bracket was the exact same as your sister's.
Yeah.
The exact same.
Yep. It was.
Look, let's be honest. There are probably thousands of other people that have brackets just like mine, just like yours.
No, I don't know how many people have a bracket like mine.
Enough people. You'd be surprised to think that.
I don't know if too many people have Murray State beating Kentucky.
I do.
USC beating Auburn.
Okay, I don't see that. But there are people crazy enough to do that.
Or Davidson beating Duke.
Well, we just hate Duke.
Yeah,
so
that's our reason.
That's the sole reason. That's probably a lot of other people's reasoning.
Oh, I need to give a final score for my national championship. Purdue, Providence. It's a very defensive game. I'm going to go 54-50.
Wow, you have that very low scoring. Wow, okay.
It's two of the best defensive teams.
Wow, that's very low.
Yeah, still a good game, though.
It would be a good game, but at least put it in like the 60s or something like that.
I mean, maybe it cracks 60 if they're all just having a good night.
Okay, all right. That's such a low score.
I feel like that's probably going to happen if those two play against each other.
Yeah.
Or Purdue's bigs could just bully Providence and it'll be 75-49.
Something like that.
Yeah. We do have other games that we're picking for this week.
Yeah, let's make them quick, because I'm getting very hungry.
All right. 9 games that we're doing here. I have Macy's picks already in, by the way. First one, Mavericks versus 76ers. Macy has the Mavericks.
I'll take Philly.
I have to agree with you. Nuggets versus Cavs. She has the Nuggets.
Who is it?
Nuggets versus Cavaliers.
I'll take the Nuggets. Chicken nuggets.
I am also taking the Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Bucks versus Timberwolves. She has the Bucks.
I'll take the Bucks, even though Karl Anthony Towns just dropped 60 points the other night.
I'm going to take the Timberwolves.
That man's a center and dropped 60.
Yeah. Jazz at Nets.
I'll take the Jazz.
I will as well. Carolina Hurricanes versus Toronto Maple Leafs. Macy has Toronto.
Sorry.
What?
I cut out there for a second. Sorry. What was the game again?
Carolina versus Toronto. Macy has Toronto.
I'll take Carolina.
I have the Hurricanes as well. Penguins versus Blues. Macy has the Penguins.
I'll take the Blues.
I'm going with the Penguins. I need the Blues to lose more. Rangers versus Lightning. Macy has the Rangers.
I'll take Tampa.
I'm going to go with the Rangers, actually. Oilers versus Avalanche. Macy has the Avalanche.
I'll take the Avalanche.
I am as well. And finally, we're going to do an MLS game.
Yay, soccer. Woo.
The defending champions, NYCFC, against the Philadelphia Union. Macy has the Union.
I guess I'll take the New York... What is their team? What's New York, I guess?
City Football Club.
I guess I'll take New York.
I will take the Union.
I don't know. I barely, let alone rarely watch MLS games.
Pretty much if it's not sporting, I'm not watching.
Yeah, if it's not sporting, yeah, count me out.
All right, that is all that we have this week for this episode of Big Time Talkers. I'm not going to do a normal song and dance because I don't know when anything's going to go up.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for Wayne this week.
Yeah, well, you're going to do a memorial.
Well, other than that.
So I know you're doing that for sure.
Yes, but other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to do.
I don't know. But other than that, I'm Brock Gorton, and I have the Purdue Boilermakers winning the national championship.
And I have been Tommy Haley, and I have the Tennessee Volunteers winning the national championship. Rocky Top. And then Macy has Kansas.
And she's been Macy Shear on the bracket, and she has the Kansas Jayhawks winning the national championship.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
That's such a pleb answer, too.
Ooh, that's such a bland answer. It's either that or the other bland answer is that or Duke.
No, this year it's Gonzaga. We didn't talk about how stupid these locations are, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, that's dumb as fuck.
Like, so they have what, 8 cities?
Portland in the east.
So hang on, these are the cities: Portland, Buffalo, San Diego, Greenville, Fort Worth, Milwaukee, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh.
So in the west, the cities are Portland, Buffalo, San Diego, and Greenville. I definitely think of the West Coast. I definitely think of Buffalo, New York when I think of the West Coast.
Or Greenville.
I also, same goes for Portland, Oregon. I think of when I think the East Coast, I think of Portland, Oregon.
Well, that's, yeah. And I think of Fort Worth.
I think of the South, I think of Pittsburgh. Pennsylvania.
That one, there's an argument to be made. Same thing with Indianapolis.
I could see Milwaukee. The Midwest with Milwaukee, yeah, that makes sense.
It really should be this. It should be, in the West, it should be San Diego and Portland, and that's it.
Yeah.
The East should be Buffalo and Pittsburgh. The South should be Greenville and Fort Worth. And the Midwest is Indianapolis and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Well, I mean, sooner or later, I don't know when Kansas City's going to get it again, but...
I don't know.
Speaking of which, if they ever come here, do you want to go?
Sure, if I'm not working.
Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously.
But that's been it for this edition of Big Time Talkers. I've been a very tired Brock Gorton who has to wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
And I've been Tommy Haley, who doesn't have to wake up that early, but is getting my ass kicked by daylight savings time, because that shit is dumb.
Well, good news. The government is finally doing something productive and has passed a bill to eliminate that.
Oh, thank God. Who cares? Like, dude, who cares? Cool. Nights are longer, but, like, I hate losing an hour of sleep because I got up at 6.
It was done originally for the farmers, but the farmers have finally said that there's no use for it.
Yeah, because, like, here's the funny thing that happened that Sunday. I got up at, like, 6 o'clock thinking it was 7, and I looked at my phone, I'm like, I lost an hour.
Yep.
It's just stupid. It's so fundamentally dumb.
I know.
But here we are.
I have a teaser from Macy Shear as to what we can expect on her podcast this week, the CSP, if it happens. Some woman pleads guilty to spiking her employees' energy drinks with colon cleanser. So,
okay, we can wrap it up now.
There you go. That's Macy's plug. Tell me, where can you be found on Twitter?
Dude_Rex14. The D and the R are capitalized.
And where can Macy be found on Twitter?
Really, is Macy _Shear.
Yep. The M is capitalized.
No, I don't know.
No, the M is capitalized.
Oh, the M is capitalized? Okay,
Yep.
where can you be found on socials?
At Brock Gordon 99. Only the B is capitalized. Where can you find the B Card Entertainment Twitter account, Tommy?
B-Card YT.
What is capitalized?
The B in the YT.
And the C. Y'all
And
keep
the C.
forgetting about
Damn
the
it,
C.
I always forget about the C.
See, you know why I don't forget about it? Because I was a C student in high school.
The poor way to remember it, but alright.
Well,
Good night, everyone.
good night. I've been
Night.
Agent Brock Gordon until
I've been Tommy Hanley.
whatever podcast comes out next. I don't know anymore. Have a wonderful rest of your week.
Drink lots of water, get plenty of sleep.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.